Fox News alert on this Wednesday. A Pennsylvania SWAT team leader is claiming that Secret Service never told his team to man the roof where the gunman who took aim at former President Trump was located. And a counter sniper currently with the Secret Service, apparently, says another assassination attempt could happen before November. CB Cotton joins us live once again on this Wednesday from Butler, Pennsylvania. CB?
Hi, good morning, Steve. Well, testimony from Secret Service Acting Director Ronald Rowe makes it even more apparent there were communication failures long before the July 13th rally. Rowe testified yesterday that his agency expected local counter snipers would guard the roof that gunman Thomas Matthew Crooks fired from.
The gold arrow indicates where the shooter fired from. Looking left. Why was the assailant not seen? When we were told that building was going to be covered.
Rowe later admitted that his agency made a mistake, assuming that there would be eyes from local police guarding the roof of the AGR building, again, where gunman Thomas Matthew Crooks got off 8 shots with a clear view of about 150 yards to the rally stage where former President Donald Trump was speaking. But Rowe's testimony has left a blistering reaction among local officers who were there that day. Commander Patrick Young tells me Acting Director Rowe is wrong about the assignment and vantage point his snipers had.
But the Secret Service, he showed a window that was maybe right here,
exactly,
looking out to the roof.
No, that's not where we were assigned. We were assigned over here in those first 2 windows.
So he's wrong about the assignment.
Absolutely.
Local officials who helped coordinate the sniper teams there that day tell me had the Secret Service told them to be positioned on the roof or directly guard it, they would have done it. Rowe said in his testimony, moving forward, the Secret Service needs to be direct and clear with its law enforcement partners. This, as Real Clear Politics says, it's obtained a letter sent by a Secret Service counter sniper to the entirety of the agency's uniform division. The outlet says in this letter, the counter sniper says there's a possibility for another assassination attempt because he feels that rank and file have been failed. Steve.
All right, CB Cotton live from Butler. Thank you very much. Let's bring in former Secret Service agent Richard Staropoli. He joins us right now. Richard, good morning to you.
Good morning, sir.
Okay, the acting boss yesterday, he seemed quite frustrated. He said that he was baffled and senators were yelling at him and he was yelling back.
Yeah, he was baffled, all right. If nothing else, he certainly proved that he can read a statement that was prepared for him. But, you know, the public, the ranking file, the entire world was watching that testimony, and they expect a Secret Service director to answer questions directly and bluntly and pointedly, not to lose their composure, and certainly not to get argumentative with congressmen and senators who are approving your budget. That's part of the problem.
Yeah. As CB just mentioned, Real Clear Politics has gotten a copy of a memo that's circulating with a lot of Secret Service people. It sounds like it's from a current counter sniper inside the organization. And they say there's going to, they predict there's going to be another assassination attempt, given the fact that now everybody knows that there are lapses in security. They say it could happen before September. I know you have seen that particular memo. You think you know who it's from.
Yep.
Essentially, what they're calling for is they got a clean house at the top of the Secret Service.
Well, and that's exactly right. I've read that memo, or at least the memo that was published, you know, throughout the press yesterday. And they're absolutely right. The Secret Service needs a house cleaning, right? The director of the Secret Service did not put on anywhere near the performance that she should have 2 weeks ago. And she passed the baton to these folks, to include the acting director and the bench that's sitting behind them. These are all legacy leaders. They all have to go. They're the ones that are more culpable and responsible for setting up the tone and the attitudes which led to what happened operationally 3 weeks ago. Not only did they need to get rid of the folks that were on the ground that were directly responsible for what happened here 3 weeks ago, but the leadership has to go as well.
Right now, there's so much finger pointing going on as well, not only inside the Secret Service, but also the Secret Service, the local cops, the state cops. It's just a mess. Richard, thank you very much for joining us live today. I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.